education they're sure to receive when they start kindergarten.
Anybody tells you something wrong, are you going to do it?
No!
All right. What do you want, Janelle?
I want freedom.
When do you want it?
I want my freedom now.
No, you have to wait till next week, Janelle. You can't have it now. Can you wait till next week?
Yes.
Okay. Sit down. All right, young man, stand up. When do you want your freedom, young man?
I want freedom now.
You can wait till next week, though, can't you?
No.
Michael, you'll just have to wait till next week. You can't have it now. Are you willing to wait till next week?
No.
Suppose I said that you have to wait till next week. Now, you're going to wait till next week, aren't you?
No.
How are you going to get your freedom?
I will use any means necessary to get my freedom.
Any means necessary?
Yes.
All right, sit down. Young man, what is your name?
My name is Eric Houston.
Levante. What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
What is freedom?
Freedom is black power.
What is black power?
Black power is...
Do you know what black power is?
No.
Well, then you should never make any statements if you don't know what they mean.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right. How old are you, young man?
I am 4 years old.
You're not 4, Eric. Now you tell me your right age. How old are you? How old are you?
I am 4 years old.
Are you sure you're 4?
Yes.
You're going to let me turn you around and tell you you're some other age? You're 6 years old, Eric.
No.
I can't hear you, Eric.
No.
Are you being frightened by me?
No.
I'm the teacher. I said you're 6.
I am 4 years old.
All right, then. You stand up for it, then. And you shouldn't be weak. You stand up and say it. You ought to scream it in my face if I try to tell you different, right?
Yes.
Have a seat. Stand up, young man. Are you a Negro, Travis?
No.
Are you a flunky, Travis?
No.
What are you?
I am black and beautiful.
And what else are you? Are you a boy?
No.
What are you?
I'm a man.
What kind of man?
Black and beautiful man.
Or what kind? Are you an old man or a young man?
Young man.
Very good. Very good. Are you going to let somebody just make you a boy?
No.
All right. Suppose I tell you something wrong, Travis. Are you going to do it?
Yes.
You're going to do something if I tell you when it's wrong?
No.
Have a seat, young man. Eric, you're going to be reasonable, aren't you?
No.
Come here. Here you are, fine young man, right?
Yes.
Are you going to be scared of me?
No.
Are you going to be scared of some president of the United States?
No.
Some mayor?
No.
Some policeman?
No.
All right. You're a Negro. Yes! You're a Negro, Eric.
No.
Somebody pass me my stick. I said you're a Negro, boy.
No.
You're getting mighty soft. You're a Negro.
No.
Very good. All right, sit down. You, young man, you come here. Your nationality is American Negro. Yes.
No.
Your national, now look, don't play with me. You're a Negro.
No.
I am your teacher. You are a Negro.
No.
Suppose I threatened to beat you, what would you say? Aren't you a Negro now?
No.
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Suppose I had some money in my pocket. Suppose I gave you $1 to say that you're an American Negro. This is money now. Money talks. Money talks. This dollar. And if you don't say it, you don't get it. You're an American Negro, aren't you?
No.
You won't have any money. You know you need money, don't you?
Yes.
You need money to live, don't you?
Yes.
All right. All you have to say, Leon, is that you're an American Negro. Aren't you an American Negro? Are you an American Negro?
No,
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What's your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Very good, man. Keep it up. Go sit down. You had to think about that a minute, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Good. All right. What I did is what people are going to do to you in different ways when you get out of the school. They're not going to just come right up to you and give you $1 or say, if you say that you're an if you say you're an American Negro, I'll give you $1. But they're going to be very nice to you, some of them, and they're going to try to, get you not to love black people. They're going to try to get you to, be something other than you are. They're going to try to make it seem as though you're different from the masses of black people. And they want you to go away. Now, I'll tell you, I'll give you special things if you just come along with me and do what I say. But you must reject that. Now, you know what that means? That means you're not going to have the money you'd like to have. And money is not important. We need money. We have to buy things with it. But money is not the thing that we're living for. The only thing that makes a person worth living is being a man and being a woman, being strong in character, being straight, telling the truth, and living in the truth and doing the right thing. You understand that? So no matter what happens, I want you all to always tell the what? You may not get the marks you're supposed to get in school. You may be doing the work, but because the teacher doesn't like your attitude, and she'll always tell you, I don't like your attitude. Because you're independent, but you're not going to school for grades. You're going for what?
Yeah.
All right. And what kind of people is everybody in this room going to be? Tell me the kind of people you're going to be.
Black and beautiful.
What else? You're already there. What are you going to be? You're going to be stupid?
No.
What kind of people are you going to be?
Excellent.
You're going to be excellent. And what else? Yes, ma'am.
Strong.
And strong. And what else?
And good.
And good. And what else?
And genius.
And a genius. And what else? I'm looking for another word. All of you are geniuses right now, and you'll be better than that. What else? I'm looking for a word that begins with a B. Brilliant. Brilliant. And brilliant really means to shine. And all of you will shine. All of you are really going to be brilliant. Good enough. All right. How does everybody feel now?
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Shouts out to Considerate in the building. My brother, Black Magus, you got ripped off. Only in the building. Shouts out to y'all. I was looking for that video for a while, and so I definitely had to play that one because I like watching that, And I would be honest, I wasn't gonna go live, but then I just seen so much like weak stuff from and it's usual, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I seen so many black men be weak. I had to just do something positive real quick, and then talk about, leadership and consider what she's trying to do. She is trying to put together to get men to go into the schools in their district to help the young men out there, the young boys growing to be men. And, this is an important aspect. Somebody told me, as far as like a black school, like some black people vandalized it and all of that kind of stuff. And, you have to definitely reach out for the people that you can help and create programs. You see the difference, when you have a strong black, especially black man leadership. And now I just see us doing and saying and being so weak, you know what I'm saying? It's normal, but today it kind of got to me. I kind of let it get to me. So I had to come on here and show something positive, you know what I'm saying? And I'm probably going to mess it up with this first thing, you know what I'm saying? Because this is not it, but it is an example and it's going to set us off right, But I wanted to show something. I thought it was different because I thought the dude had died after he said it, but he died before and then it just came back out. But I want you to see what this preacher had to say here.
Go to Washington, D.C. and have a rally 200 years ago to protest against slavery? Years ago, or 200 years ago, when the blacks were slaves, did they ever go to Washington, D.C. and have a rally 200 years ago to protest against slavery? Did they? No. What did they do? Well, a lot of good people in the plantations would say, hey, it's wintertime. Let us help build a church for you, dear folks. And they loved them and taught them how to read so they can read the Bible. And here's what the blacks did about 150 years ago. They humbled themselves. They prayed. They sought God's face and they turned from their wicked ways. And God made slavery illegal through several white presidents, right? It worked, didn't it? 150 years ago.
All right, so and by the way, black male leadership then in that period, they were creating societies trying to help each other out, just even if it was to get burial things and to take care of the family, you know, for the free black people at the time, you know. And you know, there's always been a society of black men. So everything he said is wrong, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to play it on something different, but I only played it because this dude is gonna be the representation. Even though it's not even what I'm talking about, because I've seen so many black men saying some weak stuff, you know what I'm saying? But he's going to be this representation today, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to lie, this one...
Now he's talking about, because now this preacher died. I thought he died after he said it, you know what I'm saying? Like a day or two later. But it turns out they just brought it up again after. And, you know, so, but even doing this, you know, like, because he just died or whatever. But listen to this fool here.
I'm not going to lie, this one hit differently because Keller was very influential in my life and very influential for this channel. If you haven't heard, pastor, theologian, and apologist Tim Keller has unfortunately passed away today after an almost 3-year battle with pancreatic cancer. Now, if you're familiar with Keller's work and you watch my channel, then...
And my thing is, though, even though this is not what I'm talking about at all, but like, yo, like as black men, we like represent each other. And when we out here looking foolish, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, you know, it's a reflection on, like, you know, because we got to recognize who we are, what time we are in. And black men will justify like some foolish stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, and say the most weak stuff and accepting of everybody but their own and go in on our own communities, but then, you know, let everybody else come walk all over us and keep our eyes out the ground. You know, the movie I was playing yesterday with the Deacons of Defense, the preacher, the minister who was cooning at first, and then he turned up, he ended up being down with the cause because he was like, oh, he was walking down the street and it was raining. He stepped out on the street and the white boy, you know, like, you know how you got to get out the way of white folks. He stepped on the street in the middle of the rain and a white boy spit on him. Right. And this is a reflection of like us as a character, like, you know, and of course it's not all of us, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's just sickening, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too many of us saying some straight weak stuff. So he's just a scapegoat right now.
You might know that without a doubt, Keller has been one of my biggest influences when it comes to my work and the approach that I take on this channel. Without his work, I don't even think I'd have this channel today. We'll come back to that, but just
that's the dude who was just saying like the slaves humbled themselves. They never, he was talking about you Negroes petition and probably somebody getting kneeled on the neck or something, you know what I'm saying? Like getting killed for 10 minutes. And this fool talking about I wouldn't have made a channel if it wasn't for him. You know what I'm saying? And he has like 320 some subscribers because, you know, like white people love to see a black dude buffooning it up and putting on the blackface and doing the minstrel show tap stuff. But like, yo, these aren't our platforms and we don't use these things for good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could use these things as a way to like link up and like hook up. Like the sister queen, I say her name wrong, I'm sorry, Taisi. And she has her school, you know what I'm saying? And her programming is already up and running. You know what I'm saying? Like, and supporting like these people and doing these things, like we'll have more brothers like we see before. and probably less of these kind of brothers here. And it's like, yo, put some bass in our voice as a collective, you know.
Work. I don't even think I'd have this channel today. We'll come back to that. But just a couple of months ago, in what I believe was his final interview before his death, he was being interviewed by Justin Briley about his health. And he said a couple of things in that interview.
Right, it's irrelevant what he's saying, but he's talking about this dude that was just playing, you know what I'm saying? Now, like, what group of people do you see doing that stuff to people who say stuff like this about you? You know what I'm saying? And you got to know that after all of this time, like with the results, it has to be there. If somebody, I know if I was married, I let some dude or anybody come in here and beat me up and rape her and beat up my kids and, you know what I'm saying, put them to work and then make me sleep in the backyard and come and rape her anytime that she gonna lose respect at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, and all of this is like will be taken control of by, like, you know what I'm saying, like reinforcing the leadership stuff, you know what I'm saying, enforcing rules in your own community as like men, but you got to put in the work. Like I'm saying we, like, because I am talking to me too, like I don't do as much as I probably should anyway, you know what I'm saying? But like, this is again with the nonprofit stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully I can learn how to throw events that's effective, you know what I'm saying? And I can help people out and the younger generation will be more likely to listen if you can give them opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So, and look, I'm not even gonna talk about this, right? Because y'all pretty sure y'all heard of affirmative action. I had to mention it because my brother MG2 did a great show on it earlier, and he was like telling the truth, you know what I'm saying? And she had the sister on, and you already know how Black people gonna react, you know.
When we talk about holistic admissions, it makes me feel upset.
But I do want you to hear, you know what I'm saying, this Asian boy.
Student. I know, Alex, you're on the other side of this. You were hoping that the Supreme Court would move in the direction that it did today. Why do you think that this is the right way to move forward on this?
Right. Well, I think this is a win for students all across America, because we shouldn't be judging students based on their race when we're deciding who gets into what schools. I think that I believe that your previous guest is mistaken in this regard, because I think that by getting rid of affirmative action, now we look at the individual student and what they've accomplished, and we can look at what barriers they've overcome. But we view them as an individual first and foremost, as opposed to just viewing them as a blob in an amorphous larger racial group.
And it's crazy because they passed the test, but they failed the personality test because they like robots or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Because they think as a Black, but like they were saying with affirmative action, you know, my brother MD2 was saying, you know, they may say all of this nonsense, but that money is going back to their communities. They're going to make up the stores in your communities using all of these programs. And we get it, you know what I'm saying? Like they say it was for Black folk and integration, all that stuff, but we know white bitches have benefited the most. And now, you know, of course, like they're supposed to benefit from it, but you know, they are so militaristic minded. They all think the same. They have groupthink, but they take their resources back, you know, which is the point of even using it. Whatever you do get, you bring it back to the community so that we can pay people to be in these areas that we need them to be in. Because there are brothers who can do it, you know, and we're going to see that, you know.
As opposed to just under this new system, we get to view students for who they are as individuals. And I think that's a much better way to go forward on this topic.
You heard Booby's point there, though, that this now forces students, if they want the school to take into account race in some fashion or form, that they're going to have to now write about this.
All right, so it's irrelevant what he's saying, but I just wanted to bring that up. Now, I wanted to play this for y'all, right? Because being aware, you know what I'm saying, this is another part of it, you know, and even if you have no protection, then you have to learn how to protect yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we was just talking about yesterday, the brothers being strapped up and doing what they got to do. Yo, what up, bro? Yo, Raw, I'm gonna play a video at the end I wanted you to see yesterday. I don't know if you saw it or not, but use proof, you know what I'm saying? They saying they was the aliens. But, you know, being wherever that you are, you know what I'm saying, and being prepared for whatever may or may not happen. You know what I'm saying? It'll be easy for me to be like, well, yeah, another brother could run up on you. And then y'all be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, you're right. But, you know, living in the world that we live in, it could be anything that roll up on you. And the point is you want to get home to your family and stuff like that. So if there is no leadership, no protection in the community, you know what I'm saying? Like you may have to even consider protecting yourself, you know what I'm saying? And that just means, you know what I'm saying? Like Cassandra say, you have a candy bar with the extra peanuts, you know what I'm saying?
This is wife right here. She got mad because some kids was riding four-wheelers. And she said she don't want kids riding past her house on the four-wheeler. And she put a gun on my little brother right here and my little sister right here in Horn Lake. Look at the gun in her pants. Look at that gun. Why do you even have a gun?
Bro, why don't you? That's the question.
Why do you even have a gun for kids?
And it's a long way from the Deacons of Defense, you know what I'm saying, that we was watching yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And this is reasons why you need organizations like that, you know what I'm saying, that you can call in the time of need and different kind of things, or just go into the schools, because, yeah, like there are some young people out here wilding. But number one, what about the ones that ain't wilding? They ain't giving them no opportunities either, you know what I'm saying? And two, like, some of that can be prevented with the right opportunities, is especially if you start controlling their minds and teach them how to point the weapons the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot the tire. So you got a gun to shoot the tire. So you brought a gun. So you brought a gun out to shoot the tire. Oh, okay. Hey, this going viral. World Star, Facebook.
World Star. Right. And then another dude here, a white dude, chased down a black woman and pulled a gun on her as she ran for her life because they got into a road rage incident. And you know, road rage incidents are real, you know what I'm saying? And you never know who got what out here. And so you may want to make sure that you are prepared at all times. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is also another reason where, you know, maybe in another generation or two, if we start right now, you know what I'm saying, we'll be able to have something that, yo, you know, it's going to be a price to pay. But until then, you might want to do something to protect yourself.
Into a road rage ordeal for a woman in the Humble area.
And look at this crazy surveillance video right here showing that man following the woman into a convenience store.
I know, Raw, they said it. I'm going to play it for you at the end, Raw. Oh, I'm going to hurry. And this not going to be long either, so I'm going to hurry up.
That man following the woman into a convenience store and then pointing a gun right at her. The man is now charged with assault.
Oh, I think they showed it, right?
This crazy surveillance video right here showing that man following the woman into a convenience store and then pointing a gun right at her. The man is now charged with assault. And only on 13 tonight, the victim is sharing her story with our Rosie Nguyen.
Yeah, she is live in Humble with all the details.
Yeah, Chauncey and Myra, this is the gas station where the victim says she drove to for help. She tells me this has been an extremely traumatic event for her, and she is still in shock over what happened. She is sharing her story tonight, hoping to get others to think twice before pulling a gun out on someone else.
It's really traumatizing.
It's insane.
The feelings are still raw for this woman who asked us not to share her identity. She says the suspect,
right? Yeah. Well, it's their system. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like they let that white chick who shot the sister through the door off. You know what I'm saying? Because it's their system. It's what you gonna do to stop it. At some point, it's like, yo, and you know, like if somebody challenge you on the street, and it'd be like, yo, and what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you gonna keep putting your head down? Like, excuse me, sir. You know, like MG2 would say, like, yes, sir. Yes, master.
Who asked us not to share her identity. She says the suspect, 30-year-old Kevin Roth, was behind her at a red light yesterday morning. She claims he honked at her when the light turned green. She honked back, and that's when she claims he showed her his gun, followed her, and hit her in the back of her car.
And that's when I just took off, like speeding to a gas station, to a public area, because I had already seen that gun in the car. So I didn't want to just pull over like a regular car accident.
Surveillance video from that Phillips 66 gas station on Atascocita and Wilson shows the terrifying moments after a man believed to be Roth followed her into the convenience store. You can see him pointing the gun at her.
Dude walked into the convenience store holding the gun sideways and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is wrong with this dude? But as we just saw, if you fear for your life and she was prepared, you know what I'm saying? You could take leadership into your own hands. I fear for my life, apparently. Works, right? Or am I just tripping? Or does it only work if it was a black dude or something? But yeah, this dude followed her into the thing, point the gun sideways on the phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if she didn't, because now by the time I got in the store, I'd be like, oh, I'm thinking he about to shoot. He got a gun pointed sideways like he a thug or something. So I shot him, you know what I'm saying? I'm scared for my life, you know what I'm saying? I'll pull a John Adams, you know what I'm saying?
Him pointing the gun at her several times as she tries to get away from him. When she tries to leave, he stops her and then tries to take the keys out of her car. He then hits the back of her car again to block her in the parking lot. The victim says she was in fear of
hit her car.
Get on the ground.
Yeah, she you would be fearing for your life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody holding the gun at you, a thug trying to point the gun sideways. Like, what, he just watch movies or something? Is like, oh, I'm gonna try this. And you notice that he picked a black woman and like he cut her off in traffic and she honked at him or something. You know what I'm saying? So he did all this.
Tries to take the keys out of her car. He then hits the back of her car again to block her in the parking lot. The victim says she was in fear of her life.
Get on the ground right now. He could have shot me when he was doing like this. Like when he was aiming a gun at me, I could tell like he was like kind of scared himself. Like he was shaking his hand, like he was shaking. So that's why I was scared, because I'm scared.
He was trying to build up that adrenaline to do it. Like, yo, I caught a body, but like, yo, you gonna shoot a woman, dude? Like, and I think that black women would probably beat up white dudes when it came down to it, but they shouldn't have to. But I'm just saying, like, dude, like, you gotta shoot a woman and talking about he's scared. He's trying to get that adrenaline up to get that, you know what I'm saying, like, get initiated.
Like he was shaking his hand, like he was shaking. So that's why I was scared, because I'm scared because you're scared. Like he could have did anything just out of fear to me.
Deputies with the Harris.
No, he got a gun pointed at. I ain't even gotta explain. He pointed a gun at me sideways. She went to a long, like, we gotta explain ourselves though. It's true. But I'm scared because you scared. It makes sense. I feel what she's saying, but dude point a gun at you. That's all I got to say. Follow me into the store, follow me for miles. So I lit his ass up, you know what I'm saying? If I was prepared.
County Sheriff's Office responded about 10 minutes later and say they took the gun away from Roth. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, Raw. Yeah. I almost like Sumerian should have told us though, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they did tell. I'm saying, like, you know how black people is. We was like, oh, come on over here. We're gonna show you the customs of Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Assault with a deadly weapon. Earlier today, he bonded out of jail, which was set at $25,000.
Show you how to breathe.
The victim's mother says she's thankful her daughter is alive, but feels extremely disturbed about how this unfolded.
This could have ended a lot worse. I'm thankful to God that, you know, that everything, that it didn't go as
That's crazy. That's her mom. She don't even look like her mom.
As far as it could have went, but that's just not okay. Guns just don't belong in
like he chased her and shit.
In their possessions.
Or maybe they belong in the right hands. You know what I mean? All right, so look, man. I don't even want to show this one because this is bad, you know. But this is why we need black male leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like a number. I'm gonna call 411, and these brothers gonna show up, like the sister been saying. Or at least, you know what I'm saying, reaching out to the youth around you to try to do something like football coaches, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know some brothers do that, you know. I played football when I was young in all the sports. And, you know, brothers came out there and helped us. But when we listen to, like, I don't even want to show this next one because it's like, damn, bro, after this. But listen, look at this dude, this black man. I'm going to play it, right?
To put a black male employee inside of a damn cage and tell people to pay money to get him out. This is not an SNL skit nor an insensitive joke. This is real. Walmart in Providence, Rhode Island is now under scrutiny after they decided to put a black man in a cage in the middle of the store.
Yo, how much does Walmart be paying you, bro? Like, I don't know how much money that he be making off them Walmart checks to let them put him in a damn cage on a pallet, talking about some donate money to get me free. And he don't even get the money. It go to a white toy company and probably split with Walmart. I wonder how much she got paid for this. Damn. He must have got that $1 from the teacher earlier. Like, yeah, hey, take this. They're going to try to get you to do some crazy stuff. And we lost the black bitch telling us, yo, you black.
In the middle of the store. And according to them, they had a great reason for doing it.
That's all. I'm trying to figure it out. All black men is say they on welfare, but damn, he must have just made a bag. I don't know. And he got in, considering they must have gave him a bonus or something. But I doubt it though. He might be. Well, I don't know.
It was for the children. They were raising money for children.
It was for the children. Now, we saw the image of the black brother earlier. What's a better image for you? Like, this is for the children. I don't know which children, right? Or kids, you know what I'm saying? It's probably for the kids, not the children. And I know Raw understands that. But
they were raising money for children. One of the richest companies on the planet Earth needed to put a black male inside of a cage in their store so that they can raise money for children. Let me give you background to this.
I don't know how much background you need.
According to Providence Journal, Walmart was conducting a Hasbro Children's Miracle Network fundraiser and decided to put a black employee in a makeshift cage with a sign reading, "I'm in jail. I
don't know, black makers. It might be for the kids, because I hope the children don't see this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Rob. I feel you. But, you know, at some point, you know, you got to run them out of here, you know.
Bail. Help me raise $50 to get out." The sign also read, quote, "All donations going to Hasbro Children's Miracle Network." What?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It ain't for the children. It may be for the kids.
Response from Walmart. Here it is. Joe Pennington, a Walmart Corporation spokesman, confirmed to the Journal that the location was participating in an annual Children's Miracle Network Hospitals fundraiser.
All right, it's for the little kids, because I don't want black children seeing this. You know what I'm saying? What kind of role model is that? He said it's for the kids. The hell? Let me put you in the cage, because that's what we can do for the kids.
Was participating in an annual Children's Miracle Network Hospitals fundraiser. But what the store did in Providence was against store policy. Wait a minute, spokesperson. It's against store policy to put employees inside of cages at Walmart?
Apparently not.
You don't say.
Right? Well, it's for the toy company Hasbro, right? And this brother did it. I don't know how much he got paid, or it's probably nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? Probably a couple $100 on his check, and he probably mad about the hours. But he probably like, wow, I'm chilling. Bro, like, if, like Dick Gregory said, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a black male role model in your home, or a black role model in your home, then something is seriously wrong. No, I'm saying, like, it was for their kids, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't for our children, you know what I'm saying? I can call them kids, you know, because they ain't, well, I ain't gonna say that. All right, so I'm talking about, yo, he is a black male in the cage. Which kids do you think that's for? You know what I'm saying? It ain't for our children. You know what I'm saying? It's to show this brother, and he ain't even thinking about it on that term, you know? I don't have a problem calling them kids, you know what I'm saying? It come from, you know what I'm saying? But, and again, I'm not talking about black kids, you know what I mean? But, you know, I had to show something positive. So let me show this. So I'm gonna just show a couple of positive things. And I just saw a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? Some of them was, you know, but the point is, if you don't think that if something is going right, then get out there and do something yourself. You know what I'm saying? Consider is trying to put together a program. You know what I'm saying? I know other people have programs. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show you a few black people that got out there. And if you don't think that, you know, whatever is right, I encourage everybody, or even if you think they're doing it right, I encourage you to go out there and at least try to talk, or, you know what I'm saying? I think it's better if you do something like, you know what I'm saying, try to create something, even if you find a way to give them, like, you know what I'm saying, oh, you use the nonprofit thing to get Kroger to give you gift cards and go out there to, you know what I'm saying, whatever hood is around you. And, you know what I'm saying, like, look, you know, I'm trying to do something, you know what I'm saying, like, and just talk to them and steer them the right way, learn the right way yourself, you know. But as far as all of the things that we talk about, protecting your communities, you know what I'm saying, respecting your communities, respecting your peers, your brothers, your sisters, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to commit crime, don't do it to each other, you know? And I'm not saying that you're going to reach everybody, but you want to reach the people that can be reached. And I'm getting kind of tired of black dudes saying some straight weak stuff, all the stuff that we say. I know I let them on my channel sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? It's just sickening, the sort of things that we'll allow in our community and the excuses we make just to not face reality, you know what I'm saying, and do what, because it's only one way that you're ever going to do it. It's multiple ways to do it, you know what I'm saying, but it's only one way at the end of the day, because I'm sorry, you didn't start this war to begin with, you know what I'm saying, but if you're peaceful, use your dollars the right way. If all you have is time, then use your time the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out there. Like I said, you could go coach basketball or whatever if that's what you feel the need to. Start a league, or, you know what I'm saying, do something. You know what I mean? Like, do something to help the youth, and, you know what I'm saying, like, get back on the cycle of, you know what I'm saying, learning who we are and breaking through. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? That's what I meant, Raw. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for our children, that's for sure. This is for our children, you know what I'm saying? Black men in positions like we saw that brother in earlier. It's important that we take that kind of stuff into our own hands and protect those. You know what the Deacons of Defense also did? Made sure that Black people didn't break the boycotts that they were having or step out of line, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, they roughed up the people who was cooning, you know what I'm saying? They roughed them up. I ain't gonna say they did X, Y, and Z, but they at least, you know what I'm saying, made sure they ain't do it again. You know what I'm saying? But they also protected their children. They were excellent role models, you know what I'm saying? This is kind of stemming from that. So, and, you know, everything that we're trying to do. So I'm gonna play a couple of them.
Underway to stop the violence and chaos we saw in the Loop last weekend and find a solution.
It's coming from the leaders of several male mentoring programs.
Right, you want to stop the violence and stuff?
Johnson in just a few days.
Yeah, that's right, Joe and Erica. They'll be sending that really soon. And they say the bottom line is no more violence. These male mentoring organizations.
What up, my brother Maurice Muhammad in the building? Shouts out to Maurice Muhammad.
Say they still want kids to come down into the city and enjoy it, but in a structured manner.
No more violence. That is the strategy.
Clear cut and to the point. These 5 men represent 4 Chicago-based male mentoring organizations. They don't want to see kids jumping on a bus or shooting each other. The next time Chicago has nice weather.
I think we've all had enough. We've seen too many kids lose their lives in this city that we all love.
Kareem Wells, founder of Quo Foundation, Jermaine Anderson, founder of I Am a Gentleman, Vondell Singleton, founder of Champs Mentoring, and Dr. Marlon Haywood, Urban Male Network, have been meeting weekly since last year to create a proposal that's called Operation Trend.
The time is now.
They would work with churches, businesses, and other youth organizations from their community to bring kids downtown and supervise them.
This is a safe space. The city is available to you, but we're there with you to make sure that you are supervised.
It's about love.
Dr. Haywood says instead of
Now listen, like I said, this is more so the idea of what we all need to do, especially as Black men. We need to and I ain't even talking about like the teenagers and all, like they need it too. I'm not saying not them, but also focusing on young boys. You know what I'm saying? Like teach, go coach like pee-wee football or something. You know what I'm saying? Like 6, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. Teach them discipline at a young age before it gets out of control. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a different approach with teenagers, especially now, and 20-year-olds. You know, most times people ain't gonna listen if you ain't offering nothing. Like my brother MD2 said, I may listen to Elijah Muhammad next week, but you know what I'm saying, I'm going to eat tonight, you know, and it may be pork or whoever it may be, you know what I'm saying. I may read an Ida B. Wells, you know what I'm saying, next week, but you know, right now I'm hungry, so I gotta go get what I have to go get, you know what I mean? And it's a lot easier to reach out to the youth and to influence the mind of like the younger you are. And that's why it's important. Your enemies realize it's important to attack the schools. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your people in the school district on the boards. And of course, they've always created the curriculum, but it's our responsibility to create the curriculum for us and our responsibility to educate ourselves. And one of the falling out parts of the Deacons of Defense was when they pushed this thing where everybody kind of got together. We saw one school district lose 65 Black teachers who became unemployed, and let alone the amount of Black male teachers. And that's something that is very important to have, you know what I'm saying? Especially if we talking about violence. I'm not telling them like, you know, like teach them the right way to load a gun, hold a gun, clean a gun, point it in the right direction. Never add nothing that you don't want to destroy. And you don't want to destroy your own community. And like the young brother got taught earlier, I'm Black and I'm beautiful, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, all of that.
Competing against each other, they wanted to show a representation of Black men coming together. Their collaboration is called Brilliance and Excellence Movement.
Many a times when I'm in meetings, I don't see people that look
and my
like
man said brilliant, so it ties back in, right?
us, right? That are serving our people, that are trying to help our youth. And the Brilliance and Excellence Movement represent Black men coming together and say that we want to do something positive to help our young Black men and young girls in our community.
They first brought this idea to Brandon Johnson before he was elected mayor because of previous large gatherings, one that was deadly.
Now, this same mayor that didn't let all them damn immigrants in, but they brought it to him before that, and where he was, you know what I'm saying, selling the dream.
To Brandon Johnson before he was elected mayor because of previous large gatherings, one that was deadly.
I know people are going to say, well, you know what, last year there was no change, the year before that, but sometimes it takes time.
I don't want them to feel like they're alone, even though they made a mistake, but we have to correct that mistake and let them know that we're not going to justify it, we're not going to stand by it, but it's like, if you had that energy and put it in the right direction, it could probably make some changes, you know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying? And if whatever you think that is, I'm encouraging all of us, you know what I'm saying, as individuals, right? Because there is a such thing as individual, but as individual collective, we have to understand the collective part. And yeah, we're not gonna stand by the crazy stuff, yo. Black men like make excuses for a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Black people make excuses for a lot of things. I ain't gonna just say Black men, but Black people in general make a lot of excuses and say a lot of dumb stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we're not gonna stand by the nonsense. We're gonna correct it, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna correct you in love, you know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna get away with the cooning, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look, the Deacons Defense, like the brother said, don't tell us how to defend or how to punish our own people. You know what I'm saying? If you break the boycott, then, you know what I'm saying, somebody gonna come and talk to you. If you get off code, you know what I'm saying? So it's important what that brother said.
We're not gonna stand by it, but it's like, if you had that energy and put it in the right direction, it could probably make some changes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What you mean, consider? It's another brother here. And listen, watch every time that black men be doing something, right? They always be playing some kind of like fruity, kind of like soft, gayish music behind it. Every time a black man doing something positive, that's like super weird. You know what I'm saying? People are super weird.
Who do you want to be?
UNLV's foundation building
That's part of what we're here to discover today.
seems to be the perfect place
Put your thinking caps on and open your mind to what's to come.
for the next generation of leaders to build an even stronger foundation, guided by 100 black men of Las Vegas.
When I get away from, I call the ants or the automatic negative thinking, or when I challenge people's BS, you know what that means, right? Belief systems. Yeah, that's your belief system thinking something different. So when I get people to think, you know, how do I work with that? When I get them to shift their paradigms. So when they tap into the best of themselves, then that's when they find I was born to do something. I have a purpose for being on this earth, and I'm going to go at it. Ain't nothing going to stop me.
I feel inspired just talking to you, just listening to you. Nigel Murray is also inspired, soon to be graduating from UNLV as a sophomore.
Oh yeah, yep. And they still voted him in, and now they pissed off, considering.
UNLV as a sophomore. The entrepreneur is growing his nonprofit, one that he started when he was 14. Leadership conventions like this one and organizations
Right, he
like
started this when he was 14. That's how easy it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just putting forth a little effort. And I'm not like, of course, like we all are busy. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother MG2 is saying, we all got issues in our lives and real lives going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just the effort and what are you willing to give? Because at the end of the day, if you do nothing, we still in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? So if you do something, or if you're going to do nothing, then shut the hell up. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? But if we do nothing, like we'll be here 200 years from now. It's my kids, not my kids, my children. I'm sorry, Raw. I'm sorry, Black Megas. My children will feel the effects of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to, even if you are selfish, your children is going to be in the same situation 200 years from now if you do absolutely nothing. And you got to expect everybody else to make moves. You feel me? And you know, it's like this young brother at 14 put together you know what I'm saying, he did his own thing with a nonprofit and just use their system against them. You know what I'm saying? They use your stuff against you. They come in your communities, take your resources, you know what I'm saying, your money, your time, your effort, you know what I'm saying, and they bring it back to enrich their communities. That's just the part we leave. We just leave the wealth over there once we work for them. You know what I'm saying? And
one that he started when he was 14. Leadership conventions like this one and organizations like 100 Black Men light his path.
There's already somebody that's already been through that or done that, so I can kind of use their experience and apply that to myself to see the best decision to make.
And it's more than what took place this one Saturday in February. There are business classes, cooking classes, and mentoring. At 25, one of the youngest mentors, a previous mentee.
There's no way your child can lose coming to one of these 100 events.
Getting them ready to head out the door.
Right. So that's what's up. This is more stuff, you know what I'm saying?
As people called on
of
two
course,
men
they got
looking
this
for a
dumb
few
music
good
with
men
it. See, that's why I be hating about these.
looking
ones.
to brighten a dim situation.
Letting our light shine, that way other people's lights can shine.
They want more men to shine with them
We can't do it alone.
and join their campaign.
We just need our men to step up and start being more selfless instead of selfish.
Arnil Brooks and Albert Harold believe a lack of strong Black male role models is a growing concern.
Guys that make sure we stayed on our stuff. We don't have that anymore.
Leading to
And the thing is, right, so people are going to outwork us, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is going to work for their communities, you know what I'm saying? And everybody right now is just outworking us. They can't beat us if it came down to it. How do you think we still here and still trying to love everybody? It makes no sense, you know? but it's a form of self-hatred when we say that love everybody nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't even love each other. The people, especially if you be like, oh, I bet you they'll be quicker to go in on their own, but you ain't doing anything to like help the next people under you. You about like if anybody has children, them and their friends, like what are you doing to help them or show them? Even if it's teaching a safety arms course or how to, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, like, you know, how to do something, how to fix a car or something, how to change a tire, like, you know what I'm saying, like any kind of energy that you put out there for that effort, you know what I'm saying, like it'll come back, you know what I'm saying.
To community issues.
I've seen
what up,
kids,
Bakari?
you know, get killed due to gun violence. I've seen, you know, the robberies. I've seen all of these things.
In hopes of providing a detour,
But now we have to figure out, how do I get this next kid not to go down that road?
they're holding Dudes, Dads, and Donuts, an outreach program that'll take place at U City High School on Saturday, April the 1st.
Why not put
Like I said, Cassandra is like trying to do something like this, you know what I'm saying? And I encourage everybody to go to her channel, get her email, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to put it in the chat, Rome in the Bush at Gmail, you know what I'm saying? Reach out to her. You can reach out to me. Mine's in the description. If you wanna, you know what I'm saying, be a part, you know, Bakari was in the building, you know what I'm saying? Cassandra was in the building, like it's her thing, you know. So if you wanna like be a part, and hell, if you got ideas or any kind of thing that's effective, you know what I'm saying, that's what we trying to encourage people to do, you know.
that burden?
Take it into your own hands, yo. Like, yo, it's time to get the dude that ran you and got you sleeping in your own backyard. It's time to just go in the house, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it comes to only one person coming out of that house, then so be it. But it's time for you to take your house back.
This together so these guys can have somebody that you can look up to on a positive side.
Real conversations will be had.
I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to give you some positive feedback. You may not want to hear it, but it's going to be something that you need.
Accountability will be stressed.
It's about character. It's about doing the right thing, being a good person.
Some people, you just need to stay kicking, because as soon as you let off, then they veer off. And you're like, no, get back on that road.
They see this as a way to give today's youth a roadmap to success.
Letting them know that they are champions and that they're the only them that's ever going to live on this earth.
Bringing these guys back to where they should be, where we are respecting women, where we are respecting our parents, where we are back in school getting our education.
So that we can see the violence decrease and so we can see the academics increase.
Brooks and Harold say,
yeah, and this is great. And the only thing I would say is, like, you know, redefining what is right and redefining what is academics and education. You know what I'm saying? The most educational thing you could do is learn how to control your own destiny, right? If you know how to do that, then the hell with everything else, right? And I'm not saying to not know, but teaching your children how to control their own destiny, right? And not be thrown off or like anything like that. So like that's as a collective, like redefining what the hell is good, you know what I'm saying? Because trying to teach the 85% of, like, you know what I'm saying, civilize the world has not worked out. You know what I'm saying? The Sumerians maybe should have dealt with the invaders as soon as they came in, you know what I'm saying?
their mission is just beginning.
And I try to teach them how to take baths and breathe oxygen. It's probably what we did. Like, here, come on, we're gonna show you how to breathe air, and we're gonna show you how to do all the things that you do on Earth. You know, we're gonna civilize you.
It's gonna come, and this community is gonna be a great community.
And they are committed.
All right, so that's what's up. There's more brothers here. They got stuff like this.
Between Man 65.
Good morning, Mary. That's out of this is really quick. So we're going to start with the Big Brothers Big Sisters organization here in St. Louis. Talk to me briefly about who.
See, I got to throw the gay music in there.
We're Big Brothers Big Sisters of Eastern Missouri. We're a one-to-one mentoring group, a nonprofit. We go into our community and find great bigs for our littles, and we mentor them. They have amazing experiences, and they're able to share things with each other and do things with each other.
Man Up is a nonprofit organization as well, and we focus on community equity and mentorship. And we solely focus on Black men and boys, but we are also inclusive of holistic of the family. And so,
he had to throw something in there, but at least he said, because this is, You know, I'm glad he said this is solely for black men and boys. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got to be like, well, you know, it's for the entire family. You know, a slick way of saying that, but at least he did mention that.
It's just we do that through so many different avenues, but ultimately to make mentors
to our black youth, and they were wanting representation, people that look like them. I knew we needed to go out and get a community partner. Me and my department decided to partner with Man Up because they were already on the ground. They're a great organization, and they do successful work. So we partnered.
Right, yeah. So working together, that's another thing. People used to reach out, like, you know, with the black men, even in the 1700s, reached out to black men in other cities, you know what I'm saying? And they worked together. They put their resources together to help, you know what I'm saying? Like, people bury their own people. They help educate people, you know what I'm saying? They created schools to teach crafts. They taught, you know what I'm saying, women how to, you know what I'm saying, be in the home and all of that stuff, or if they want to be secretaries, to be in the careers or whatever it may be. But they put their resources together once they realized that, you know what I'm saying, that they were all they had. And the only way that they would be able to survive was to work together. And like today, we kind of got sick in the illusion that, you know what I'm saying, it's not still the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's an illusion, though, because that's why we are sick as ever. And anybody will tell you, Candace Owens will tell you, black people at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And it's a reason for that. And it's a way that you can pull yourself up to the top that quick, you know what I'm saying? And reaching out. But like, as far as doing better, as far as even these companies, if you're a black construction company and people reach out to you, don't try to be funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that goes with the education, because it don't matter what you know or do or create. If you don't have the right education, you're going to be giving away your talents. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have white dudes who can't run, jump, throw, you know what I'm saying, do anything, becoming billionaires, and they're going to tell you to shut up and dribble. You know what you're going to say? Yes, sir. Or you can go mentor your boys and teach them, like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I give you this $1 out of my pocket, is you going to fold or, you know what I'm saying, bend? Like, no. Like, you know, it's one or the other.
Definitely. And I'm going to jump down here to you. You know, how do you feel about this whole, you know, partnership and, you know, the leadership that you guys are building?
Yeah, the Moors, they try to teach them how to take baths, yeah.
Here in the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Being able to work with Big Brothers Big Sisters has been such a the goal.
Right, and this dumb music be killing me every time, y'all, so I'm sorry. And education, you
Learning
know,
black males in education. Don't hold back.
For us as black males, it's important that we are putting ourselves in a position to be in these classrooms, because
see, and it's a responsibility on the youth too, for them to want to do something. You know what I'm saying? You have to want to go to the classes. It's up to us to provide whatever opportunity to be there, you know what I'm saying? But it's up to them to take the mantle. But you got to realize, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have to pass down this mantle, you know what I'm saying, to the next generation. And like, yo, who you leaving down your legacy to, and what is that legacy? And are they even black at this point? I mean, damn.
we can relate.
You have to have somebody.
Now they're able to connect with us. The stage where they can be, you know, molded in the right way.
Over the Rhine in the early 2000s.
All right, because they be killing me with this music and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's another brother in Philly, you know what I'm saying? This is all stuff that's like recent, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted, it's just so much weak black men that I've seen that I was like, I had to be like, damn, I need some like positive energy, because, yo, like, I get it, it's not everybody, but when you look around like in your everyday life, like you said, we all go through stuff and we are slave to their dollar, you know what I'm saying? And black men around you, the black people around you, not just men, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man, so I'm talking as a man, you know what I'm saying? But black people, look around you. Do you really think that your people are aware and awake and understanding anything? Like, a lot of people is lost out here. And why? Because we lost so many black male role models, black women role models, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's important. And You know why? Because we have to be the ones out there doing it, not just one person, you know what I'm saying? Because it'd be easier if it could be one person, but it's not. It's individuals that work as a collective, you know what I'm saying? You can still be an individual, you know what I'm saying? Just realize, you know, you're working together for a collective, just like the Chinks, they gonna go to college and send their money back to China or wherever the hell they from, you know what I'm saying? And or Chinatown, and then when you try to make a business there, they're gonna run you out and call you the N-word or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But when they come to your community, they go make the store to get them into the schools in the first place. But this is why we need to teach each other the game.
Better Together, presented by
Yo, my brother Bobby Wright in the building.
Bank, changing lives for the
mentorship program.
Plan B turned to be Plan A for me.
It's needed in our communities.
Former Philadelphia Eagle Rodney McLeod launched the mentorship program at Parkway Northwest High School to show these freshmen and sophomores they are more than a statistic.
You have 58% of our high school boys graduating on time. You have 5.5% who are represented in college. And then you have one thing that's been plaguing, Philly is the gun violence. We need to find a solution. We need to find a way to prepare our young Black males for life, for success.
The teens attend monthly workshops learning about everything from financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and conflict resolution.
It's a real special program, and the guys have really just been vulnerable. They've been locked in and focused. We're really establishing leaders within this program.
This is very critical. The importance of mentorship is to constantly be there, show up, and be that presence that's needed in their lives.
Taj Murdoch is one of the lead mentors of Next Man Up and knows that he has big shoes to fill by being in these young men's lives.
Because a lot of our young Black men, unfortunately, their core trauma is the abandonment from a male. So when you step in as a Black male mentor, it kind of replaces that, it replenishes that. Now the task for us is to be consistent.
All right, because they played the whole music, the whole thing. Like I'm telling you, that stuff be on purpose. Every time you see a Black man trying to do something, they play some like funny style music. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, the word stands on itself, but this is what they do. All right, this is the last one. All right, because I could have kept going because there's more of this stuff. And this one I kind of was like weird about, but at the same time, because, you'll see.
To change that, Evrod Cassimy with how they're teaching the next generation what it takes to join those ranks.
I was raised by a single parent. My mother is Cynthia Ribron, who passed last year due to COVID.
16-year-old Jacob Ribron and his mother were very close. The River Rouge High School junior is
It's dumb. Why they keep playing music every time you see a Black man doing something positive? They just play some soft ass gay music or some weird music. Like,
Ribron and his mother were very close. The River Rouge High School junior is now living life without his biggest supporter.
A real deep emotional effect on me is it's like a person that you always expect to be there for you, and like been there my whole life. Like I never went a day without seeing my mom. So it's like to wake up and not having her there was just like, it's crazy. It's like something I still can't wrap my head around.
He lost her at a time in his life when he needed her the most, as he looks towards the future and what he wants to do with his life.
I want to go to college. I want to go to Oakland currently, but I want to start a business when I get older.
Let me have you say and spell your first and last name for me. Kenneth Mathis. My title.
Fact, Black men in leadership roles in general is the minority in the workforce. Through the Michigan Diversity Council and events like the Black Men in Leadership Summit, young men like Jacob Ribron are being mentored to become the next Kenneth Mathis and beyond.
A bright young man, and he has a bright future ahead of him.
Jared Waddy is Jacob's mentor. He too grew up in River Rouge and encourages Jacob.
Now, like I said, it's just the idea of creating leadership stuff. But I will say this: the spook that sat by the door only works if you sit by the door and then bring the information back. Otherwise, you just the spook who sat by the door. You know what I'm saying? You should have got closer in the class. You probably could have learned more. But otherwise, you know what I'm saying, bring it back. Then okay, you know what I'm saying. And being in see, this is the thing, this is how like the Irish and Jewish, all these mobs got into these different organizations. It's people in construction and people in different fields. Like, and even now, like, I'm starting to understand when we say we got access to stuff, like, because Black people are in all kinds of fields. If only we had a mindset like, you know, the Italian mob, how they was able to turn elections, because they got people in places that was down for, on, let's say, on code. You know what I'm saying? I know people say on code, right? So like you get your youth in all kinds of fields, you know what I'm saying, and having them with the right mindset, then, you know what I'm saying, you can do major things, or just disregard that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, or you can all have to play basketball for them. We all make millionaires, we can make our own league, or you can continue to work for them, whatever you want.
To chase after his dreams.
I always encourage for individuals to look within first, to understand who you are. And when you identify those strengths, and when you see those gifts, and when you see those talents, and you continue to develop those skills, take advantage of opportunities.
Jarrett practices what he preaches. He's a member of the Michigan Diversity Council, where he met Kenneth Mathis. Kenneth became his mentor, later presenting him with the opportunity to join the Auto Club Group, where he currently serves as the Director of DEI Operations.
Jarrett and I have a great relationship as a mentee, mentor, and as a leader, and as an employee. We often talk not only about the aspects of the business core elements, but we talk about life in general, the challenges that we are approached with as Black African American leaders, you know, in society. So I'm able to share my experiences.
And in turn, Jarrett is sharing his experiences with Jacob.
And like I said, man, the point is the idea of it, you know what I'm saying? And like Cassandra is doing something about it. She's trying to make it happen, you know what I'm saying? And that's the important thing, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's why we you know, all of this kind of stuff is important. And I'm gonna put the link in the chat while I find this last video for Raw, because that's the end. That's all I wanted to show, right? But I want to show this last one for Raw too, though. So if you want to come in here for a second, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna be on here long. Y'all can talk a few minutes about leadership or any ideas. Cassandra, her email is realminthebush. Let me, matter of fact, while I'm right here. Oh no, I can't. Well, I can't pull it. I need to go find it. realminthebush@gmail.com. So y'all subscribe to her if you want to go do something, or go make your own stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's all you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's really in our hands if we let them take our kid, you know what I'm saying? If we let them take our children's minds, then we're going to get what we asked for. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, you know what I'm saying, we just need to understand. It ain't no way around it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me pull this last one up. Hold on. All right, so yeah, my bad. All right, so I'm gonna pull this last one up for Raw real quick. And if you want to come on here and say something real quick about leadership, you could do that. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get up off of here. All right. All right, my bad. I had to pull it up real quick. Yeah, Rod, check it out.
Tell us why we should invest so heavily in that.
Survival. Survival of the species.
Do you think
no question
eventually,
about it.
you think eventually we'll colonize other planets
And we'll leave.
Not in our solar system, because there's nothing here that will sustain us. We got to develop the capability to go someplace where there is another Earth, and we know that they're out there. There's no question about that. They are out there, but they're a little ways out. I mean, 3.2 light years is the nearest one, which means we got to build a machine that goes a little faster than the speed of light, and that's going to be the big key.
And do you think there's extraterrestrials out there, Al, as well?
What?
Do you think there's?
You know, I've been asked that question hundreds of times. Do you believe in aliens? And I say, yeah. Have you ever seen one? I say, yeah, I have. Well, how have you seen them? Well, I said, I look in the mirror every morning because that's what we are. We are the aliens, but we just
think we're the thing.
We just think they're somebody else, but we're the ones who came from somewhere else.
Oh man, you heard that? He was like, yeah, I just look in the mirror. He literally said, we are the aliens. You know how I'd be like, yo, we was the this and we was. He said, we was the aliens. Literally.
Because that's what we are. We are the aliens, but we just
think we're the thing.
We just think they're somebody else, but we're the ones who came from somewhere else. Because somebody else had to survive, and they got in a little spacecraft, and they came here, and they landed, and they started civilization here. That's what I believe. And if you don't believe me, go get books on the ancient Sumerians and see what they had to say.
That's a whole different discussion now.
They'll tell you right up front.
You've blown that right open.
Yeah.
Sadly, we can't get into that.
Well, Raw, what made us accept them? I know it was, but I don't know, Raw. They should have, you know what I'm saying? They knew about them, you know what I'm saying? And they did tell us about them, but somehow we still susceptible to them, you know what I'm saying?
We're floating on the dark side.
So this was on Good Morning Britain.
Here. That's what I believe. And if you don't believe me, go get books on the ancient Sumerians and see what they had to say.
All right. So yeah, man. Yeah, that's what they say, Raw. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I appreciate y'all for listening, man. That's all I wanted to say, man. Stop saying stupid stuff and stop take the blackface off your face, you know what I'm saying? Stop, take the tap dancing shoes off, you know what I'm saying? And throwing each other under the bus for $1 because, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And start getting out there and educating each other, educating the youth, or try to build something, or do something for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is that's going to improve the situation, then go do it. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to help us, and we are all we got. You know what I'm saying? And if Black men is not providing leadership to younger Black men and boys, then we are going to continue to be lost and continue to learn the same lessons over and over. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let this brother have the last word. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, what is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
All right. What I did is what people are going to do to you in different ways when you get out of the school. They're not going to just come right up to you and give you $1, or say, if you say that you're an Afro-American, if you say you're an American Negro, I'll give you $1. But they're going to be very nice to you, some of them, and they're going to try to, get you not to love Black people. They're going to try to get you to, be something other than you are. They're going to try to make it seem as though you're different from the masses of Black people. And they want you to go away. Now, I'll tell you, I'll give you special things if you just come along with me and do what I say. But you must reject that. Now, you know what that means? That means you're not going to have the money you'd like to have. And money is not important. We need money. We have to buy things with it. But money is not the thing that we're living for. The only thing that makes a person worth living is being a man and being a woman, being strong in character, being straight, telling the truth, and living in the truth and doing the right thing. You understand that? So no matter what happens, I want you all to always tell the what? You may not get the marks you're supposed to get in school. You may be doing the work, but because the teacher doesn't like your attitude, and she'll always tell you, I don't like your attitude. Because you're independent, but you're not going to school for grades. You're going for what? All right. And what kind of people is everybody in this room going to be? Tell me the kind of people you're going to be.
Black and blue.
What else? You already there. What are you going to be? You going to be stupid?
No.
What kind of people are you going to be?
Excellent.
You're going to be excellent. And what else? Yes, ma'am.
Strong.
And strong. And what else?
And good.
And good. And what else?
And genius.
And a genius. And what else? I'm looking for another word. All of you are geniuses right now, and you'll be better than that. What else? I'm looking for a word that begins with a B. Brilliant. Brilliant. And brilliant really means to shine. And all of you will shine. All of you are really going to be brilliant. Good enough. All right. How does everybody feel now? You ready to get ready for lunch?
Yeah!
Who's hungry?
All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for coming through, for showing me love. And shouts out to Raw in the building. Shouts out to Oni in the building. My brother Bobby Wright in the building. We was talking about Louisiana and the Deacons last night. And this is the second part of that, because we got to continue that movement as far as Black male leadership. You know what I'm saying? Those was Black men who was leader, who took control of their communities. And when the white boys came in their neighborhood to hurt their children, if they left at all, they was guaranteed to be limping. But most times they ain't leave at all. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, get your mind right, and you can't be stopped. Shouts out to my brother Maurice Muhammad and came in the building. My brother Bakari. Let me put Cassidra's thing in the chat, and if you go on her video, it's in the description. She play it on the thing, and subscribe to her channel, because she be going there anyway, and be a part of what she's trying to do, or make your own. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you know what I mean. But either way, somebody got to do something. And this is Cassidra's channel, so let me put it in there. So y'all subscribe to that, and my email is in the chat right there, so y'all definitely do that. And shouts out to my brother Black Megas in the building, you know what I'm saying. Shouts out to Sankara, and shouts out to Erica Howard, you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, we are all we got. And as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're going to keep falling for anything.